The threat by the independent power producers, distributors and bulk consumers comes after many calls on government to settle debt owed them. Currently, government owes them almost $1.6 billion. According to the CEO of the IPPs, Elikplim Kwabla Akpetobo, this could create a huge power shortfall as the IPPs control over 65% of the available thermal generation capacity in the country. In an earlier statement from the IPPs last month, they said they have not seen any improvement on payments from government, and they are now at a point where they are unable to persuade their creditors, contractors and other key stakeholders to defer critical payments required to maintain operations. The IPPs also rejected the government's proposal to restructure $1.58 billion in arrears owed them by the state, explaining that non-payments could lead to a shutdown of the operations. Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers COPEC, Duncan Amwa, has been highlighting what this means to the industry and its effect on businesses.
What is happening, it leaves those of us on the streets a bit worried. When I pay for power today, I am charged so much. One expects that whatever I pay for would probably be used to offset production costs by some of these IPPs. Unfortunately, it looks as though we are accumulating so much debt, much more than how much power we are actually consuming as a country. So we are asking the ECG and of course the Finance Ministry what exactly they do with the monies they generate from these collections that they do. The most recent being ECG going out there to disconnect people and to also take payments for people who owe them. They were talking of something in the region of 5 billion that they believe was in arrears from the public or the consuming public. They were able to collect about 3.5. Some days that they could not collect. But even if we were all owing ECG up to 5 billion, we do not think that there's a rationalization to how come we now have a net of 1.6 billion USD debt with the IPPs. If indeed we are collecting these monies and not paying to the IPPs, then it's a problem.